Dear students, please note down. The notes of this video lecture are available in the description of video. Please download your notes. Dear students, in today's lecture we will discuss arterial system of Wall-E chart. Dear students, arterial system of house lizard or Hemidactylus flaviviridis. In this arterial system of Wall-E chart, three main blood vessels which arise independently from the ventricle, and these three main arcs, one is pulmonary arc, and this pulmonary arc immediately bifurcates into two branches. One is left pulmonary artery to carry blood to left lung, and this one is right pulmonary artery, it carries blood to right lung. Both right systemic and left systemic arcs which descend downwardly, and just below the heart both right and left systemic arcs unite to produce a dorsal aorta. Note down, this right systemic arc, it gives following blood vessels. In its anterior region, it gives an innominate artery, and this innominate artery immediately bifurcates into two branches. One is common left common carotid artery, and this one is right common carotid artery. Both right and left common carotid arteries further divide into two branches. One is internal carotid artery and this one is external carotid artery. This internal carotid artery, it remains connected with this right systemic arc as well as in this side left systemic arc by this small duct, and this blood vessel is ductus caroticus. Note down, this right systemic arc, it gives in its anterior region this blood vessel, it is innominate artery, and this innominate artery immediately divides into two branches. One is left common carotid and this one is right common carotid arteries. Both these right and left common carotid arteries which carry blood to head region divides into two branches. One is external carotid and second is internal carotid to supply blood to different regions of head. And this internal carotid artery, it remains connected with this left systemic arc as well as from this side this internal carotid remains connected with this right systemic arc through this ductus caroticus. Note down, this right systemic arc, it also gives a very small blood vessel. This one is common subclavian artery. Note down, this is common subclavian artery, and this common subclavian artery, it divides into two branches. One is left subclavian and this one is right subclavian artery. Both right and left subclavian arteries carry blood to forelimbs, and this left systemic arc, in its posterior region, it gives an unpaired blood vessel. This one is anterior esophageal artery, and this anterior esophageal artery, it carries blood to anterior parts of esophagus. Note down, this dorsal aorta, this main blood vessel in which blood flows in backward direction. This dorsal aorta, it gives an unpaired posterior esophageal artery, and this posterior esophageal artery, it carries blood to posterior regions of esophagus. Then this dorsal aorta gives 1, 2, 3 pairs of, note down, three pairs of gastric arteries, and these gastric arteries are a pair of anterior, a pair of middle and a pair of posterior gastric arteries which carry blood to different parts of stomach. This unpaired blood vessel, this main blood vessel is celiaco-mesenteric artery. Now down, this celiaco-mesenteric artery bifurcates, or it gives two branches. One is celiac artery and this one is anterior mesenteric artery. This celiac artery gives branches to stomach and liver. The blood vessel which carries blood to liver, this one is hepatic artery, and the blood vessel which carries blood to stomach, this one is gastric artery. Now down, this anterior mesenteric artery, and this mesenteric artery, it supplies blood to different parts of small intestine. It gives blood vessels like pancreatic artery to pancreas. It gives a few intestinal arteries to different parts of small intestine. Then a pair of genital arteries, and these a pair of genital arteries which carry blood to gonads, genital organs. Then this one is unpaired blood vessel, and this unpaired blood vessel is posterior mesenteric artery. Dear students, that blood vessel was anterior mesenteric artery, and that anterior mesenteric artery supplies blood to small intestine, but this one is posterior mesenteric artery. It carries blood to large intestine. Colic region, rectal region through the colonic artery and rectal arteries. Then a few renal arteries, and these renal blood vessels supply blood to kidneys. In this lower part of body, this main blood vessel, this one is iliac artery. This iliac artery supplies blood to lower abdominal parts, pelvic region as well as hind limbs. Now down, in the pelvic region, this iliac artery gives a pelvic artery, and this pelvic artery, it supplies blood to pelvic girdle. Now down, then it gives external iliac, internal iliac arteries which supply blood to different parts of hind limbs, and this main blood vessel which carries blood to tail muscles, this one is caudal artery, caudal, tail region. It means this blood vessel supplies blood to tail muscles. This is all about arterial system of wall lizard, house lizard, Hemidactylus. Dear students, in case of reptiles, in case of wall lizard, the heart is incompletely divided into 4 chambers. This ventricle, in which interventricular septum is present, but that interventricular septum doesn't divide the ventricle completely into 2 parts, right and left. There is some mixing of blood occurs in its anterior parts. From this ventricle, in case of wall lizard, 3 main blood vessels, and these are different arcs. One is pulmonary arc that carries blood to both lungs through left and right pulmonary arteries. Then a pair of systemic arcs, and these systemic arcs or aorta, one is right, another is left systemic arcs. Both right and left systemic arcs unite just below the heart to produce a dorsal aorta. Now down, this right systemic arc, in its anterior region, it gives an innominate artery, and this innominate artery divides into two branches. One is left common carotid and this one is right common carotid. Both these right and left common carotid arteries further divide into two branches, external and internal carotid arteries, to different regions of head. This internal carotid artery, it unites with this and this right and left systemic arcs through this ductus caroticus. This right systemic arc also gives a common subclavian artery which divides into two branches, right and left subclavian arteries, to supply blood to forelimbs. And this left systemic arc, in its lower parts, it gives an unpaired anterior esophageal artery to anterior parts of esophagus. From this dorsal aorta, another unpaired blood vessel, and this blood vessel is posterior esophageal artery which carries blood to posterior regions of esophagus. Then three pairs of gastric arteries, anterior, middle and posterior gastric arteries which carry blood to different parts of stomach. This celiaco-mesenteric artery, it divides into one celiac and second anterior mesenteric. This celiac artery, it divides into hepatic artery to liver and gastric artery to stomach. And this anterior mesenteric artery, it supplies blood to different parts of small intestine through pancreatic artery to pancreas, and these intestinal arteries to different parts of small intestine. A pair of genital arteries which carry blood to gonads, and this posterior mesenteric artery, and this posterior mesenteric artery, it supply blood to this posterior mesenteric artery, it carries blood to large intestine, cecum, colon, rectum, through the colonic, through the rectal arteries, and kidney receives a few pair of renal arteries, and in this lower abdominal parts and hind region, this main blood vessel which is iliac artery, it carries blood to lower abdominal parts, this hip region, pelvic girdle and hind limbs, and the tail region, the tail muscles receive the caudal artery. This caudal artery, it gives oxygenated blood to tail muscles. This is all about arterial system of wall lizard.